Well, I spoke to Charles, one of your producers, last night, and he said he felt you had a date with destiny because of the whole J.J. Abrams thing. So did you feel that in a way? Do you think maybe this role might come around again for me?
I had no idea. It's one of those things where you just, if when you don't get the role the first time, you go, okay, cool, that's done now, and you don't think it's going to come around again so soon. When it did, I was very excited, and I happened to have that much more experience, and I fit into the director's vision this time, so thank goodness.
I wondered about sort of goosebump moments as well, because when I saw the film and when the doors open and we see you for the first time with that cape, that was just like incredible. So I wondered, did you have a similar moment when you watched the film?
Oh yeah, very much so. I couldn't name them because it happens so often, and it sounds crazy to say that. It sounds like I'm just, just plugging the movie, but I genuinely sit there, and I've seen it 6 times now, and each time I'm getting that like, ooh moment, especially in the third act, especially.
I've got to ask about the flying as well, because the old films, they were kind of almost leisurely, how he takes off and flies, but you're like pure velocity, really. So what's it kind of like, mechanics-wise, filming it? Are you kind of suspended and with a wind machine? Are you just kind of...
No, it's just a movement which I do, which is then taken over by CGI, and they use my movement to create that sort of the effect. So mechanically, very, very simple.
Yeah.
There's some of the wire stuff as well, which we use, and some of the stuff are on a green screen and lying on what we call a belly pan, which is like the mold, the front half of a human body, and I lie in that, and they jig me around and stuff for all the flying stuff.
Is it quite comfortable? Is it fine to do that stuff?
It's not overly uncomfortable. It's just one of those things. You learn how to. I mean, sure, it's not a very natural state, but you learn how to deal with it.
You mentioned the action as well. As well as that, there's a really sort of quite moving pull between your Earth parents and Russell Crowe as well. How important is it to have that in a movie as well as the insane action?
Well, it's 2 very different perspectives, and it then brings up the question of what do you do and what's the right choice, and there's no one perspective or one influence affecting your decisions, and so it just makes it more interesting.
As well, there's obviously people that talk about the sequel without sort of giving too much away. There are bits of Clark that maybe we don't see in this. Have you thought about how you might play him going forward?
If we were to go forward, I mean, it all depends on the script. Yes, I'd put some thought into it, and I think overcomplicating it and making it anything but hiding in plain sight would change the honesty of the character. I mean, Clark has always been the way Clark is, and he spent his entire life doing that. And so now it's just a matter of adapting to the new environment, and as opposed to sort of changing or playing a character.
Very finally as well, I know you're sort of a big fan of Warcraft. Have you given Duncan Jones a call yet, or will Man from U.N.C.L.E. take you out of potentially appearing in that movie?
I have not given him a call yet, and I have no idea what the future holds. Man from U.N.C.L.E. is what my focus is on for the time being.